got ourselves a real beauty today. We've got this Carvin. I don't know what the exact name is, but I think it's one of the Californias or something like that. I think it's a 400A, if I remember what my buddy sent me. Yeah, I'd have to look it up and see exactly what this is, but I'll post it when I do the edit for the video. But this is a gorgeous guitar, man. It's got some gorgeous jumbo frets. They look like they've been well maintained. I don't know if they are nickel or stainless steel, but whoever did the work on it and stuff like that did a good job. I would say this is probably one of the nicest conditioned guitars I've seen in a long, long time. It just needs a little bit of a cleanup. It's got a little bit of a funky smell. I think it came from the case mixed with a little bit of humidity. But all in all, there's not really anything other than this little ding right here. I don't see any really road rash or anything, but you can bang up guitars pretty easy, but there's nothing too bad about this one. It's got a little bit of corrosion on it. Take this off the stand here. But, you know, this is stuff I'm just going to clean and polish just so it's completely restored. I don't have to do very much to the fretboard, though. Just maybe clean it up a bit. Put some oil on it and string it up. I mean, it's in pretty decent shape. I think the only thing that was bad about it is the pots were dirty. So I've got to figure out what all these switches do. I don't know. I think those are coil splits, and this may be a booster of some kind. I know there's a split shaft here. You hear it click, so this is kind of probably neutral position, so it's off and then on. This is got to figure out what all these knobs do. But yeah, it's a cool guitar. It's got a lot of potential for some serious players and stuff like that. So it looks like it's got a detuna type of deal. So I've never really used them, but I guess that's what that's for. But I'll check it out, take it apart, and well, there is some craziness going on in here. So obviously we've got a preamp and a lot of stuff going on here. Looks like we've got even a gain circuit that you can adjust. So if you don't like how hot it's output out or treble bleed or something like that, I don't know. But I didn't even know this was a push-pull. So this actually is the main volume for a push-pull. So that does something. It may... I just don't know what the electronics do. We have to figure it out. But there's blenders here that are split. And we've got a half and half right here. You can see it stops right at this notch. So I'm not sure exactly what that does. And then this one back here just looks like it's kind of... Oh, no, that's a... You can hear that click. It stops right there at that notch as well. So these both have that ability to do that. But it's going to be a little hard to get to those pots because they are a little dirty. I don't really have an electronic cleaner that I can spray in there. But I'll see what I can do to get some electronic cleaner in just to lube it up a little bit. But yeah, it's got some cool electronics in there, but I did not know that they didn't have a push-pull. So we got 3 toggle switches, a 3-way switch. We got a couple blender modes, and then we got another thing back here, so we'll have to figure that out when we get this thing ready to go. Now this is something cool. I bet you're staring at it right now, and I'm trying to see if you can figure this out, but I couldn't figure this out until I looked at it really close, and you never would have been able to see it from photos. Can you see it? These are all Phillips head, and these are all Allen wrenches. That's weird. Very, very cool touch. Never noticed that. So, I guess they felt like these were better for neck pickups and these were better for I don't know, brightness or something like that. It's a cool Carvin thing. I never noticed that before. I don't know how many people even have Carvins, never even noticed it because they never even saw that before. But yeah, that's neat. From a distance from here, you can't tell. That's nuts. Anyways, that's just cool. She's purty again. All cleaned up, no grime or grit or any of that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of rust, not too bad. Interestingly enough, you can see some peeling right here where the literally the coating for the black right over the top of this metal. I just wiped it and it just peeled away from like a little bit of the stuff, and it just peeled right off. So it just kind of wants to come off. I guess it's from these things just sitting on them for so many years, but I'm surprised that would be so weak like that. But all the other parts held up really nice. Didn't take very long to clean it, just polished it up with a little bit of 4/0 steel wool, and this is the final result. Looks good. So So we're going to go ahead and throw that back on the guitar. We don't really have to do very much on this guitar, which is rare for me, because all these parts are really not in bad shape. It took 2 seconds to get rid of them. And the fretboard's in really good shape, so I don't really have to polish too much. I just need to clean it up a little bit, wipe it down, and then put it back together. This must have been a recall, because look at this. Same peeling right here. It's obviously the same type of metal trim under there, but I never touched this. I haven't even cleaned this yet, but that's been peeled off too. So apparently whoever did the coating on these probably had a lot of problems. Maybe this was even a recalled tremolo from a certain generation or something like that, but way too old to do a recall on it now. But it seems like the coating was defective from the manufacturer. Tremolo is perfectly fine, but again, that peeling came off so easy. I just rubbed it off with the tip of my finger, and it was just peeled away like it was like a paper towel, you know, sitting on a desk. It was nothing. But that's interesting. Found that out. All right, let's get some parts put back together. Very, very cool guitar. Very, 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 very sexy instrument. I mean, it's a gorgeous, you know, work of art. The neck is just awesome. The appointments on it are spectacular. Couldn't say enough good things about it. I mean, this is a really, really amazing instrument. Carvin makes a spectacular product. So, loving this. Audio demo coming up.